welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. You know, I've been doing this motorcycle club thing all of my adult life. Um, well, most of it, since about maybe my mid 20s or so. It'll be 35 years here, probably sometime next year. And I've enjoyed this lifestyle. For whatever reason, I haven't been able to leave it. And I've enjoyed it so much that I've found ways to make a living doing this thing through my books and adventures. Um, I guess I could say I'm a biker for a living. And one of the things I do is I talk to you guys about this biker club world and how to do it better, how to be happy with it. And what I wanted to talk about tonight, I haven't done MC protocol videos in a long time. I've been off on biker news. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about is just that, like how to be happy doing this biker club thing. So many of you guys are like unhappy as hell. Um, I get calls from you guys from all over the world. And so many of you are so upset by some of the promises that are not being kept. You were promised this big thing that was supposed to be a motorcycle club brotherhood. And in this brotherhood, you were supposed to fly off on ironback with your club brothers and live happily ever after for time in memoriam, forever and ever, amen. And instead, what many of you have found is nothing but misery. And you're trying to find a way to cope. Like, what the hell is really going on here? And why don't I seem to be able to find happiness in this? So, when I was first in a motorcycle club, when I first got started in my motorcycle club, I was a young prospect. And I just didn't care about anything political. All I wanted to do was wear that cut. All I wanted to do was put on those colors. I didn't care about anything that was going on. I didn't care about how much money the club was making. I didn't care about who was stealing from the club. I didn't care about who was the president. I never thought I ever would be. That was the last thing in the world I thought would be in my future. Who's the president? Who's the sergeant at arms? I joined an old club. You were going to be in that club 10 or 15 or 20 years before you ever saw the presidency. So I just accepted it as that. And when I was an RFM, a regular effing member, I found that I had more fun than I've ever had when I was a prospect and a regular member. I lived worry-free. Whatever you guys, it didn't matter to me if I ever came to a meeting or not. Whatever you guys came up with, I was fine. Just tell me where to show up on to. Well, then I became a president after a while. And I tell you what, man, everything changed. Everything changed. And then, after a while, I became a national president. And I learned treachery. I learned what it's like to have people hate you for just you being you. I learned what it was like to see brothers do things to brothers for a position or a title. And I learned what it was like to see somebody jealous because your light's too bright. Because you flaming the way you flame is a light too bright for others, and they hate you so bad all they want to do is extinguish that light. And it's absolutely crazy, but that's what it turned out to be. So I began speaking out about it and starting channels like this channel, and I wanted to teach you guys how to have your best life. And one of the things that I see in motorcycle clubs, especially today, you would think that everything would be easier. Communication is easier. Highways are better. You got GPS. You got all the reasons to get out and do great things and really love and enjoy each other. But all those great reasons to do great things also turn into great reasons to hate each other and not do great things. Like, we've got WhatsApp and all these applications that we can talk and share information. That turns into the motorcycle club itself. Now we have motorcycle club by WhatsApp. Look, when was the last time your chapter's actually been out on a chapter ride? You guys don't have anything to argue about. You don't see each other. You don't go riding anywhere together. What the hell are you arguing about? You're arguing about ideas now, because you're not arguing about actions. Everything's done on the internet. Yelling at each other back and forth, insulting each other, saying crazy things to one another, and even insulting each other and damn near fist fighting. You guys almost, man, if you could buy some credits that would laser shock somebody, you guys would be fist fighting online. You're worse than one of those kung fu videos. And it has turned you very petty. It's turned you petty like little girls. It really has. I see you guys fussing and fighting like children. It's so sad. You fight over the damnedest things. And what are you fighting over? Somebody doesn't accept your idea. You're mad at your president and you want to sink him forever because he didn't accept your idea of what you thought was right. It's crazy. Listen, a president standing up for the motorcycle club is not your best friend turning against you. It's the president standing up for what's right for the MC. You voted for him. You were all for him. You were all on his side. You were all on his team until he made a decision you didn't like. And now you actually have the nerve to suggest in the meeting that he turned in his patches, that he's no longer competent, that some kind of way that guy you showed all the competence in and voted for him, all that, all of a sudden he's not competent anymore. Why? Because he disagreed. He disagreed with you. He disagreed with your position. And your petty ass can't let it go. Petty. You try to change the bylaws. Never seen anybody try to change the bylaws before. You try to change the bylaws to reflect your current position, not thinking that changing the bylaws for this one thing changes the bylaws forever. It changes them for good. It changes them to affect situations you never foresaw and never thought you would see, and stuff that you can't foresee coming. All so that you could get back at somebody that did something today. It was kind of amazing to me that people are actually like that. Brutus, stop that! Stop! What are you doing? Don't chase that woman. He doesn't get to run like that.
Sometimes skating really weirds dogs out.
Well, he had his ball, so he couldn't bite you, but that was Interesting.
Was that really weird, bud?
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
I never like seen him chasing. Well, he doesn't get to run, so he likes to run behind people, but I never seen him start barking before. I think he couldn't catch you, and that upset him.
Maybe the sound of the skates on the ground sounded weird.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
Go, take off. I won't let him chase you. Damn dog. Can't take you anywhere. Sorry.
That's alright.
What was I talking about? I was doing good. Brutus wants to chase the lady on the skates. Did you hear him? Hey, man. Get your ass over here. Hey, over here. I'm not even playing with you. So you want to change the bylaws to where you're going to affect something forever. You come into a 25-year-old club with bylaws that worked absolutely perfect up to this point. But, man, you're mad. Some petty thing happened. Something that really ticked you off. So you want a bylaws meeting. I want the bylaws right now to be changed forever. So that someone coming down the pike with something later is screwed up by the changes you made or tried to make, right? Because you guys get to the point where you want to punish each other. You don't know how to live and let live. Your egos have become so fragile that you don't know how to live and let live. He's not chasing you again, is he? Come here. What are you doing, buddy? Okay, that's it. From now on the chain. So you don't know how to live and let live. You don't know how to forgive and forget. You want to punish. One of the neatest things I've seen is, I think, is when you start getting these cliques in these clubs. I have no problem with a club split. Some people think, oh my God, it's the end of the world. I don't have a problem with a club split. I think club splits are good because a lot of times what splits a club up disappears after a year or 2 or 3, and they all come back together and the club rejoins. And they don't even remember what they were fighting about. Or clubs have just a whole turnover of people. So instead of live and let live, let those 7 go over to the other side of town and be the brothers indefinite East and the brothers indefinite West. Instead of doing that, you guys have to punish on the way out. I want to punish that guy on the way out. I can't let him go. I got to destroy him. I got to put him out of the club bad and take his cut, fine him, suspend him forever, this kind of stuff. This idea of vengeance, this idea of payback. But I tell you what, let a 1%er do some shit to your club. And you're all quiet. I marvel at the 31-year-old that wants to beat up the 55-year-old club brother. But let a 31-year-old 1%er say something crazy to your wife in a club function or out on the street. Well, you don't seem to have quite the same energy for that guy. But you got all this energy to tear down your club brother. Your club brother. This is Cain slew Abel times 50 on steroids. You guys don't have the ability to stand together. You don't have the ability to stand for the best of what's best for the club. You can't turn off the internal feuds, the internal hatred. Where does it come from? Where does all this energy come from? Where does it stem from? What are you mad about? You're not getting enough sex at home at night? That you have to destroy your brothers? I see guys get so mad, man. Kick over the table, jump up at each other, and start to want a fist fight. Let a police officer pull your brother over and hit him with a nightstick. Well, you don't run over there and want to fight then. You guys are like paper tigers. You can only fight the people you know. Well, Black Dragon's on a cane, and you know, he suffers from this ailment and that ailment. I know I can just whoop his ass. You look for the weaknesses in your brothers. I feel like you don't know what brotherhood is. You're petty like little girls. You're petty like little women. And it's sad. It's sad because the MC could be so great. The MC could be so amazing. The MC starts as the greatest place you've ever been. Remember the first time you ever saw the motorcycle club? Remember the first time? How you felt? How excited you were? Remember that? And then you lose that somewhere. You lose that to your own securities and inequities and pettinesses. Somebody said, "Hey, Black Dragon, somebody smart off to you?" No, I never make these videos about me. Never have, and never do. I make these videos about things I see in the biker set, and I make these videos about things I run into. People call me every single day. They send me messages every single day about the things and the trouble that they're going into. I'll use myself as reference material so I never make the mistake of calling somebody's name or embarrassing them as they've told me a secret about their club or something that I shouldn't put out. That's why I make these videos. Make these videos to help people, educate people, and edify people. I got plenty of videos I could make about Black Dragon, but I don't think you guys would really be interested. So what I would like to encourage you to do, as I want to make more of these kinds of videos, haven't made in a while, I want to encourage you guys to find ways to not be so petty. Find ways to say, I forgive you. The motorcycle club, the amount of time you guys spend in it, I don't understand why you spend so much time trying to destroy it and tear it down. It's an oxymoron. If there was a way that you can find to live and let live, let a brother go. Let him get by with it. Stop the punishment. You don't want nobody punishing you. No, you really don't. Most of us, when we do something wrong, we want, oh man, can we forget that? But we don't seem to be able to do the same thing. It's kind of sad. The pettiness in motorcycle clubs is what's destroying it. The idea that you want to be in charge so bad that you would destroy your brother to get it. And the truth of the matter is, if you're going to be in a motorcycle club for the rest of your life, you will get your turn. You'll get your turn to be the leader. You'll get your turn to be the boss. That's coming. Wait your turn. The fact that you guys are so jealous-minded and so willing to put a brother out. But you were ready to die for that guy last week. That's my brother! And this week, What do you do? Disagree with you? Do something you didn't like? Say something you thought he should have said? Is that what happened? Kind of silly, if you ask me. So, let's endeavor to do this for the rest of the year. Let's endeavor to turn the other cheek for our brothers. Now, no other club, but just for your brothers inside your club. Let's endeavor to say, it's not that serious. Let's endeavor to not take ourselves so seriously. Let's endeavor to treat one another like solid pieces of precious metal. It's not easy. You got people out there that make it tough. Because it's hard for me to say truce and you ain't saying truce. But I'm going to say truce for a little bit more often from now on. I'm going to say truce. I'm going to say, it's okay, bro. You got that. You know why? Because the more people I have running around with my back patch on, the stronger my MC is. The bigger footprint we make, the more heads we turn, the more folks are excited about us and what we do. Yeah. Especially now that a lot of motorcycle clubs are playing numbers games, I think it's important to hold on to the good people you have. So find a way. Look for it, search for it, establish it. To think of what's best for the MC when you're getting ready to trash the hell out of a brother. Find a way to say, is that the best thing for the MC? Does that represent our morals and values and traditions the way we want it to? Find a way. Find a way. Find a way to reach out for the best for the MC in every endeavor possible. Find a way. Find a way to think of something bigger than yourself. Find a way to represent something bigger than yourself. Find a way to want to do something for something bigger than yourself that represents more than your own damn self-interest, your own anger, your own I'm pissed off, your own you didn't get a bottle enough when you were a little baby. Martin Kaufman, I thank you for that wonderful donation. Love the insight, love the videos and insight. As a newer rider, I was lucky enough to find your videos before I entered this world that I love. Thank you. And I would like to buy you a steak dinner, which you just did. Much love and Godspeed. And I'm going to tear that steak's ass up, I promise. Thank you very much for that kind and wonderful donation. Find a way, man. Find a way to reach down into the inner you to build up this thing you claim to love. You can't love it if you're tearing it the hell down. You can't love it if you're destroying the brothers within it. That's not brotherhood. That's some other sick shit. That's something else. 20 minutes at this. There's no need to beat this to death. No need to talk this to death. I'll be doing more walking and talking like I used to, probably in the evenings while the summer is good and I'm out here trying to beat this diabetes and lose weight and save my kidneys. So we're at 2-a-days right now, and I think that was the 4th time around the track. God is blessing me. So we're going to talk a little bit more, and we'll talk about this motorcycle club world. Before I did biker news or any of that other kind of stuff, these were the conversations I had with you guys, hoping to show you how to have the greatest time at this you've ever had in your life. I love this world. the bikers I've met. I got a call today from a guy with throat cancer. Just calling me from Florida to tell me how much he cared about me. A guy with throat cancer can barely talk. Called me to tell me how much he cared about me. I could hear him struggling to speak, to give me words of encouragement and love. Thank you for that. I got a call today from a guy from the UK to tell me about his motorcycle club and how they were watching and that sort of thing. And I'm going to be so glad to talk about his motorcycle club because they're 50 years old this year, just like my motorcycle club is. 50 years old over in the UK, a Diamond Backpatch Motorcycle Club. So I can't wait to talk with those guys and get them on the show. And I just want to thank you guys for giving me back way more than I ever put in, showing me more love than I've ever been able to give. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you so much for allowing me to be in your homes, allowing me to talk to your children, allowing me to speak over these years about these things that we all hold dear in the mighty Motorcycle Club nations. I'm John Edward Bunch II, the Black Dragon. Look for my newest book, The Social Club Bible, due out middle August. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I would just like to say, try to find a way to remember that we, MC, is about we, the motorcycle club, and not about I, the person. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in. Get skinny. Take care of your brothers and sisters. Have love, honor, and respect, and ride safely. Ciao. How do you turn this thing off? Oh, I don't do this so much anymore. Is this it? Oh. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? I am, yes.